Y'all know what the easiest way to tell if somebody's gay is? See who that person pays attention to in public. Like if a guy walks by, really hot guy, and it catches their eye and they're gay, 100%.
Another sign that a dude may be down low is like he just loves attention. Like they clout chasers. Like they just want to be seen. They feel flamboyant. They wear bright colors like orange, red, green. But you can wear these colors and be straight. But these people, they want to outshine the girl that they mess with. They don't want her to look better than them. Like, they up before you getting their outfit together for the day. If they didn't get it ready the day before.
Okay, this is my last and final part. But this is how you know your man may be on the DL and he's bisexual on the DL. Check out part 1, everybody. Especially LGBTQ, check out part 1. So y'all don't be mad at me for what I'm saying. And y'all don't get offended. Okay, back into it. So again, like I was saying, they gonna treat you bad regardless because they don't want you. So you're irritating them already. Another thing is they are probably around a lot of men. They got a lot of homeboys. They kick it with their homeboys a lot. I watch that shit because if your would rather kick it with his homeboys more than, I don't know. It's just something about a man wanting to be around other men too much that just don't sit right with me. It just don't sit right with me. Like you really would miss having sex with a woman to go kick it with some niggas, to smoke with a nigga. That shit happens though. Now, y'all, every man not gay. Like, a man can hang with his friends. That is not what I'm saying. Like, please, y'all, do put the story if it fits. Now, don't make men be gay if they not gay or bisexual. Don't make them be that. Okay. But I watch also how they treat kids. Watch how what the things they like to watch. I dated a man, the same man that, he would watch certain shit, a lot of gay shit in it. And he be okay with it. I don't like men. Honestly, I do not like men that are homophobic. It makes me sick. But if he too okay with certain scenes and, he too okay with it and he ain't making no commentary, I'm questioning. I'm asking questions. And that's just me. No harm, no foul. But that's just me. Watch how they treat other men too. Like, watch they homeboys. A lot of time, if a man is bisexual, it's with somebody, it's close in a circle, and they taking that shit to the grave together. Watch how they talk to each other. Watch how they treat each other. Watch if they touch each other. They better not touch each other. Men don't do that. That was wrong. I take that back. I honestly take that back. I feel like I would respect a man a lot more if he was honest and he told me straight up that he was bisexual, to give me the space to choose for myself if I want to partake in this relationship. Because I feel like you are lying to me when you're not being yourself with me. I want you to be yourself with me. And I honestly told a friend, I said I would probably accept this person I was dating if he would have talked to me and gave me the choice. But now I feel like you tried to play me. Ego involved. Like,
if you want to find out if your man is DL, get his phone, go to Safari, open up a couple of tabs with, that type of corn, and close his phone back, leave it just the way you found it. And then in a couple of days, go to his Safari and see if he cleared his search history and closed the tabs out and stuff.
Yeah, for the people in the back that don't know, yeah, there is a huge difference between being in the closet and being DL. Let me explain. Because I've come across a lot of people who seem to can't differentiate between the two, between being DL, between men who are DL and men who are in the closet. A man who is DL is a man who has a girlfriend or who has a wife at the house, but he's still running around cheating on her behind her back with other men. That is a man that is DL. Someone who is in the closet, or a guy who's in the closet, is simply a guy who's keeping his sexuality hidden from either his family or his friends or whatnot, but That is the difference. I am literally shocked and surprised at how many people I have come across who don't know the difference between a man who's DL and a man who's in a closet. Well, there you go. A man that is DL is a man that has a wife at home or got a girlfriend at home who is sleeping with other men behind her back or running around with other men behind her back, versus a man who is in the closet who is probably just concealing his sexuality to keep from his family or his friends. That is the difference. But at the end of the day, it's 2024. Motherfuckers need to come out of this shit. I'm not telling you how to live, but I'm just saying, you ain't gonna never be happy until you live your truth, your whole truth, and nothing but your truth. And that's just a little words of wisdom from your boy Blue. Peace.
So, good evening. I wanted to do a video today about the top 10 ways that you can discover or, kind of pinpoint if you're dealing with someone who's possibly living a DL lifestyle or not. I want to apologize that my t-shirt is inside out. Long story. Anyway, I wrote a blog about this maybe a few months ago, and I had, by popular demand, I had a lot of women reach out to me and ask me to, you put this on other social media platforms so that it reaches a broader range of women, because obviously there are still a lot of women that are being impacted by, men who are living double lives, unfortunately. And then, the more I dived into it and did my own investigation, I figured out that it is still an alarming number of women that are being unalived by their partners, because these women are later finding out when it's too late that these men are living double lives, and the men don't want these women to out and expose them. So what do? They unalive them. And it's just, it's still unfortunately a really alarming situation to be in. So without further ado, let me get into the top 10 ways that you can avoid this. And I'm going to tell you right now, I speak from experience. So trigger warning, I speak from a place of experience. I don't speak from a place of my personal opinion. Everything that I'm about to tell you, I have personally dealt with DL men and, who identify with these traits. So I do hope that this helps, and let's get into it. Now, number one, this is something that's very hard to convince women. I don't know why. It's very hard to convince women that if a man exhibits any homophobic tendencies, if unprovokingly, he's watching a TV show or he's on social media and he sees something that's, anything that's in the LGBT community, transgender, homosexual, anything, and it gets him angry, and it just seems like he's quick to throw them on the bus, call them all kind of homophobic slurs and stuff like that. I can guarantee you there's a 90% chance that this person is on a down low and that they're deflecting by throwing these LGBT people under the bus. The best way to deflect from the demons that he have going on is by throwing other people on the bus who identify as part of that lifestyle and who are living in their truth. So anytime you're dealing with a person who's very homophobic, you might want to be very careful, because that's a telltale sign that he's hiding something from you. So that's number one.
So some people have been asking for this, so I was like, okay, I'll give it to them. How to tell if your man is DL. And this is part 1. And we're going to bounce around, so you're going to hear a lot of stuff. So I just want to come straight out of the gate. If he mostly like back shots and fellatio, that's the first sign that you need to look for. Most DL, man, when I'm telling you, they're going to love head more than anything, and they're going to love back shots. Those are going to be their top 2. Also, we can go ahead and get straight into, if he wants you to do anything in his back door, figure out who done it first. Because most women don't introduce that to men. Most of the time, men are out here messing with men and they're introduced to that, and then they take it back to women, and then women take it to the next man. But besides the point, also, let's just go ahead and throw this out there. Most DL men are going to go for white women and not black women. Some of them will talk to black women that they feel like are okay with it, but most won't.
Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Dan Uche with another late night video. Tonight, I am here to remind everyone that one of the major signs for being DL is overt homophobia. This is homophobia that is uncalled for. That doesn't make any sense. Like I mentioned before, homophobia, unfortunately, is cultural. It's one of the issues that is found all throughout every culture, every country. Even here in America, there's homophobia. But at the same time, too, and also that homophobia is a reflection of the egoic mind. Humans are egotistic. Humans will always find a reason to tell you that they're better than you. You know, I'm better than you because I'm white. I'm better than you because I'm a man. I'm better than you because I'm straight. I'm better than you because I'm Christian, and so on and so forth. So on the surface level, that's human. But I'm talking about overt homophobia that it's so extreme that it's so uncalled for. Like, you know, even other straight dudes are like, dude, what the fuck? It's not that deep, bro. Chill. This is one of the major signs of being DL. Guys who are truly heterosexual, especially in this part of the world, really don't care about your sexuality as long as two things are present. One, as long as you don't talk about gay stuff all the time. And secondly, as long as you don't hit on them. And sometimes, unfortunately, if it's a straight guy that has insecurities or has his own masculinity issues, you know, because again, hypermasculinity is such a big deal, you know, with the heteros, and a lot of straight guys want to be super macho by all means. If it's a straight guy that is insecure about his masculinity, unfortunately, the third thing is they prefer that you're not effeminate. You're not the stereotypical guy, you know, because he's already dealing with his masculinity issues, and then being associated with a effeminate gay man, especially in public, could be, you know, a dig to his reputation. Again, this is usually a straight guy that is struggling with his own masculinity. But if it's a straight guy that is confident in his own being, he really doesn't care if you're masculine or not. Again, to reiterate, straight guys who are truly straight don't care that much about your sexuality as long as two things are present. You don't hit on them and you're not talking about gay stuff all the time. And again, the third reason, if it's a straight man who is still struggling with his masculinity, then a lot of times they prefer that you are not effeminate. Again, this is just more like their own thing that they're dealing with. It has nothing to do with you. However, if it's a guy that is in the DL, he has this constant contempt for queer people or same sex, you know, all the time. A lot of times these are people who constantly bring up gay topics all the time. They're just constantly showing contempt for gay stuff for no just reason. Like, dude, it has nothing to do with you. It's not that serious. You don't have to talk about it. Out of sight, out of mind. But for some reason, he keeps talking about it. He keeps bringing it up, and he sounds so angry and bitter. And a lot of times it's actually out of jealousy, because when he sees queer people living their lives authentically and doing their own thing, there's a little bit of jealousy, envy that he feels deep in his soul, because to him, these are people who are living their lives authentically, and this is something that he wishes he could do, but unfortunately he's not able to do it because some of the pains that he's not been able to deal through or deal with, some of the societal norms that he still has on his head that are keeping him chained. This is why he's actually really jealous and he's really bitter. Like they say, misery loves company and pain perpetuates itself. So he's really miserable, and he's trying to make you miserable to lower your vibration, so you too are in misery with him, because, you know, again, misery loves company, pain perpetuates itself. But I do want to add this though, to all the queer people, same gender loving people who are worried about discrimination by straight people. The thing is, confidence is your biggest weapon. If you work in yourself, holistically and learn how to love yourself and know what your worth is, and you bring your worth into the world, no one cares about your sexuality. Literally nobody cares. You know, your sexuality is just a tiny aspect of your being, just like your skin color is a tiny aspect of your being. Your gender is a tiny aspect of your being. Your country of birth, or, you know, any other thing is a very tiny aspect of your being. Your actual soul radiates so much confidence, and the people who fuck with you for who you are would naturally gravitate. And this is nothing you need to ever worry about when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to how people perceive you because of skin color and all kinds of nonsense. The people who fuck with you regardless will fuck with you. But the thing is, you have to be confident in yourself first. You have to know who you are first. And this is why I always tell people to spend time, take time to get to know yourself and heal that which lives within you. Again, like I always say, if you don't love yourself, no one will ever love you. And I mean that with all honesty. If you don't work in yourself and become fully confident in your own being, no matter what you do, you'll always find fallibility. The only people you'll ever attract in your life are people who are only tolerating you, and not people who are actually loving and appreciative of you for who you are genuinely and authentically. And to reiterate, one of the major signs of being DL is overt homophobia, Homophobia, unfortunately, is a thing. However, a DL person who is overtly homophobic is very homophobic for no just reason, all the time, seeming so angry for no just reason. And the second point that I made is true heterosexuals, especially in this part of the world, do not care about your sexuality, especially if you have something to bring to the table. You know, if you're confident in yourself and there's something of value and of worth to you, no one cares about your sexuality if two things are not present. You're not talking about gay stuff all the time to them, and you're not making them uncomfortable by hitting on them. And that's human, you know. And then thirdly, if it's a straight guy that is working or struggling with his masculinity, he probably will prefer that you're not as effeminate, because he does not want to be associated with somebody who is effeminate, because that could be a dick to his masculinity issues. But that's his issues, not your issue. Again, working yourself. Confidence, your confidence should be your only number one weapon to walk into this world if you stand a chance to surviving. Anyway, Uche, peace and love.
Ladies, there are classic signs that your man is DL. You have to stop looking at external. Stop looking to see if the guy he's hanging around is feminine or if the guy identified as gay. You will miss those signs. The gay community comes in different types of personalities. We have different styles. We have different hobbies. Some of us are football players with your man. Some of us are basketball players with your man. Some of us are construction workers with your man. Some of us sell cars with your man. So don't ever think because he's hanging around a guy that seems masculine that he's not DL. Oh no, darling. We are very passable. And some of us, majority of us, are very masculine. And sometimes your man loves that.
I've been stopped telling girls when they man on the DL because they always want to go back and tell the man what you said. And it's like, I'm telling you this to try to help you out, but you going back and telling him what I said. So now you let him know everything that me and you both know. Like, how you gonna clock him if you giving him all this information to work with? Now he know exactly what you looking for and what tracks to cover up. Like, I told one of my cousins that her nigga was a trade, you know, and she didn't believe me. She said, oh Dunn, you know, that's my real name. Oh, Dunn think everybody gay. But one day, me and her was talking, right? And he was, you know, walking back and forth, doing whatever the hell he was doing. And so he stopped on her right side. You know, she could actually look to her right and see him, but she wasn't even paying attention. And as she talking, you know, he over there grabbing himself, you know, because he knew I could see him. You know, I was facing kind of in her direction. She was facing this way. I was facing kind of this way, you know, facing towards her a little bit. But, you know, I'm so in shock. I'm like, you know, like, she didn't even catch on. She just so oblivious to what was going on. And I was like, you know, I'm not even going to tell this girl because I done tried to tell her one time already before. And if I tell her what he is doing right now, she just gonna come back and tell him and try to get some confirmation. Okay, and then she gonna put me in a position, okay, where he probably gonna want to try to fight me, okay, just because he don't want to look like he gay.
How to tell if a guy is DL? Well, for one, if you hear that sound around him on his phone, I mean, that should be a dead giveaway. Or whenever they ask you, what a girl's at? What they at? Boy, you really don't want to know where they at. You just want to know where I'm at and if I'm with them. So that way there could be a reason for you to be around me. Or if they are very touchy. Like, you know how some dudes will like play fight with you or like wrestle, like play wrestle or whatever. If they are doing that overly, like too much, their love language with you is definitely touch. They might not know it yet though, but plot that tea. Or if they send you a streak from this angle, shirtless at that, they definitely want you right there. fall off a part 2.
Get ready with me while I tell you the signs to know if your man is DL or gay. The first red flag is if your man is more into booty than your cooter, that's a red flag. Girl! The second red flag is if you go through his phone and you see on his Instagram that he likes more boy pictures than girl pictures, girl, that's a red flag. Or X or whatever that boy uses, you better go do a deep dive on that phone, okay, girl? Period. If that man's always hanging out with his homeboys and he leaves you for his homeboys, then there's an issue because he shouldn't be leaving you for nobody. That man make you pay the bill, he gay. Man constantly feels the need to call something gay or feels really uncomfortable around gay people, baby, that's because his booty is gay. And if your man got this shit in his phone, he got any of these apps in his phone, girl, you better run. The gays and the DLs got sneaky now, okay? Let me tell y'all girls, now they can hide the app. So if you see any of these icons on his phone, baby, that is a dating app, okay? So y'all better run for the hills. I hope I caught up some DL men. Dante Onika the burger ate up another one.
These are the signs your man is on the down low. Now I'm going to tell you, if a man spend time with somebody, he really love them. If that man spend 24/7 with that man, either he like that man, he in love with that man, or that man giving him something that he want over and over. Now that man listen to him when he wrong. Now men love to be around somebody that agree with everything that they say. If that man agree with him when he right or wrong, he'll love that man company. And these men develop feelings for each other because they understand each other. They want to be connected with each other. And some of these men get drunk, they get affection around each other, and they start touching on each other. They get drunk, they start hugging on each other. I love you, bro. I love you, bro. You gotta watch men and spend too much time because he like it.
One thing that narcissistic men love to do, especially the ones who are DL in particular, is they like to overcompensate so that you don't catch on to them. So what you'll find is that you will see them when you guys are out together, they will make it their mission to go out of their way to look at another woman, to stare her down, to check her out right in front of you because they are overcompensating for something. They want it to be known that, oh, look, I'm attracted to other women. So they will make it their point to disrespect you while you are on a date with them, in public with them, or whatever, and they will break their necks to look at another woman. Meanwhile, they're probably really checking out her man if she's with a man. But if it's like another woman by herself walking, the narcissistic DL man is going to go out of his way to check that woman out and try to make you feel some type of way about it while he's doing that. Meanwhile, it's just a cover for him to protect his true identity of being a DL closeted narcissistic man. If you've experienced this from your boyfriend, husband, or whatever, let us know in the comments. I want to see how many of us can relate to this.
Another red flag about a dude might be DL is like no woman is good enough for him. I don't care if she got a PhD. He gonna find a way to break her down, hurt her. It's like a game to them. Like some of them is just in the closet and they scared to come out. But then some have a hatred towards women and they go out of their way to hurt them. Like, yeah, it's true.
Want to know if your man is down low? Here are some signs. Is he sassy? Is he arguing with you from here to there? Masculine men don't argue with women. They walk away. If he's arguing with you, every chance he gets in winning the arguments, yeah. Plus, he's the girl in the relationship. Trust me. Another one is he's jealous of you. These people are jealous of their women, and they will do everything to put you down. If you're successful, they're going to diminish your success. If you're beautiful, they're going to call you ugly. They're going to tell you you're ugly, and they're going to find ways to prove to the world or show to the world that you're ugly. Are they very, very vindictive? These people are vindictive. They have like a feminine energy to them. The list goes on. If you guys want a full video about this from someone with experience, let me know.
How can we tell if men are on the DL and what should we look for? Listen, about 10 years ago, I would have had a really good answer for you, but right now, I really, really don't because dudes so much slick with it nowadays that I done met some down low dudes that done surprised the hell out of me. And my gaydar is always on. But I found out this. All down low men have one thing in common.
if the topic of gay men or a gay man walks in the room or anything that has to do with gay men gets in their environment and they get uncomfortable, that's the number one sign. A true straight man does not give a fuck about your sexuality. I promise you they don't. I have met some real straight men, confident straight men, who was like, you're a good person and I really don't give a shit about your sexuality because I ain't you and I have no reason to care about what you're doing with somebody else long as you cool with me. I hope that helps in some kind of way. That's what I've experienced.
Alright, so this is going to be a controversial topic, but I don't give a fuck, so let's talk about it. I've personally been a victim of this shit, so I'm going to break it down. 3 signs to look out for if you think your man is DL or gay. Number 1, he loves his homeboys a little bit too much. Like, it's okay to hang out with your boys, but to be obsessed with your boys he's gay. Number 2, he has a corn addiction. If he has a corn addiction, there's a chance that he's gay. Number 3, he's emotionally unavailable. What do I mean by that? So he's always the victim. It's never the other person. And it seems like he can't hold a relationship with a woman down. And the reason for that is because he doesn't want to be with a woman. He wants to be with his bro. So just watch out for that. If any of these spoke to you, I would run the other way, girl. I would not even bother having a conversation with this man. Like,
so how to tell if your man is the part, whatever. Pay attention to if your man has no self-control, meaning that he has no self-control. That's like self-explanatory. If he doesn't have any self-control, that's the big red flag. They're not going to have a type. They're not going to have self-control. They're not going to have any balance. Like, the thing that you should pay attention to, how imbalanced is this man? Because DL men have no balance. That's why they're on one side of the spectrum all the way to the other, and there's never no in between. So this is part 6 on how to tell if your man is DL. If you're a woman, they're going to always find something wrong with you. Okay? They're never going to be satisfied no matter what you do. You can do everything that they ask. They're still going to find something. Pay attention to how he talks about women. If he's always got something negative to say about women, or it's always like a dig at women, a DL man to women, he's going to tell you about all of these past women, how they done him so wrong. It's going to always be a crusade against the women. And you're going to start to question, like, do you even like women? And guess what? He doesn't. And how you're going to figure that out? Ask him to describe his dream woman. And see if, when he describes it, see if it sounds like he needs a man and not a woman.
So I'm going to give y'all the playbook, basically on how what I did, what worked for me when it came to dealing with DL. Y'all gotta excuse me. I know y'all see me with this hoodie. I know it's hot outside, but my house stay on 63. So it's cold in this. I keep it cold. So that's why y'all see me in this damn hoodie. And before we get into everything, I know there's dudes that I've dealt with, that I've been with that had never fucked around before that. There's like a few of them that came home already. So just to be clear, I am not exposing none of them. I'm not putting them on blast and nothing like that. They got families and wives. Not congratulations, you safe with me. I ain't exposing and doing that to y'all. So yeah, I ain't gotta worry. This story time is easier to do because, for one, it's the last dude I was with on STL unit, and he locked up 48 years. His ass don't give a damn. Now, I ain't gonna say his full name, but that's what I'm gonna do to him. So now listen, the way that I have always operated, once I kind of learned what was best for me and what I feel like was best to keep me from being another statistic, when it comes to how dudes move and fuck over the gays in there, and this is what works for me. And like I said, a lot of times people have this thing, this perception in their mind where they feel like, oh, if a nigga did that, if a nigga start fucking, he been doing that, or it's been on his mind, or he just bull, he been thinking about doing. I am here to tell you that is 1,000% lie. There a lot of guys that do end up getting involved in the game, which is what they call it in prison, is they call it the game. A lot of guys get involved and it don't really even be what other people be thinking. They really do not be thinking about this shit. They really don't be on it like that. Like, they really be straight. But like I said, all it takes is that one really like move them, right? So one thing I know about in prison, one thing them prisoners love is they love for motherfuckers in them. Like, and my mouth has always been fly, and I'm gonna talk shit as 24/7. Like, really start tricking to you just based off of you, like, for me, just based off you talking shit to their, you know, like, they like, in their mind, they be like, oh, that's crazy. That's the shit talking that. They love that for some reason. And that easily can be a trap. You know what I'm saying? And really and truly, a lot of times they'll bake their self in and start tricking and giving you shit inside. Anyway, I got to a Estelle unit in 2014. So typically the way I operate is, number one, whenever a homosexual, punk or whatever, whenever it's a new get off the bus, they got this thing we call them welcome committee trade. Like niggas that be waiting for a homosexual punk to come on the unit and just be thirsty, you get nothing from me. And the reason we call them welcome committee is because they just be so thirsty. Like they want to be the first ones to send you. They want to be the first one to send you a kite. They just like be on you. And to me, that's a big turnout for me. You ain't gonna get no win with me like that. I'm gonna take your money. I'm gonna take you goddamn. I ain't turning nothing down but my collar. But you ain't got no winning with me because I'm not like one of those people that just jump on the that is trying to get at me, right? Because the way that I think and the way that I look at it, I always be like, if this mother is this fucking thirsty and on me like that, and I just got here, you don't know me, and you just like a leash, like y'all on me like that, I already know. As soon as another chain bus come with some other motherfuckers on there, punk homosexual, y'all gonna do the same goddamn thing. So that has never attracted me. It's just like thirsty. I'm gonna take your money. I'm gonna take that. But you ain't got nothing on no serious level coming with me past us. I'll write a kite for your, especially if I know you got some money. I entertain it, but that's what's gonna start to stop. It ain't going nowhere else after that. But I used to always tell one of my close friends, Chris, is like, I know when I seen the that like move me enough to where I'm like, that's an right. I'm the type of person that it could be 20 on the regular offense trying to holler at me and send me shit. And I'm not gonna pay you no attention. I'm gonna always pay attention to the motherfucker that really is not paying me no motherfucking mind, that don't give a damn about my ain't nowhere near thirsty. They doing it like that's gonna always win over a just extra thirsty. So when I got to the Estelle unit, you know, like I say, whenever it's a new homosexual come on the unit, be everywhere going crazy trying to be the first to send and do all that too, right? And so my was like telling me like, ooh, the fine boys is down there on the north side of the wing, and it is some Cubans over here, woo. And it was a couple of guys that did send me like a kite. There's one dude named Wayne said his name. There's one dude was trying to get at me, and I ain't gonna lie, this out of Dallas, he was tall, light skinned, and pretty hat. This mother was fine. I ain't gonna even lie to you. He was really, really cute. And so when he trying to holler at me, I let him send me a kite, and then when I got the kite, he wanted me to go to church to meet him that Saturday. Anybody that knows me, anybody that know how I rock, and the niggas that I have been with can tell you easily if you my type, if you not. And as fine as this nigga is, I don't do broke. I don't do broke. You gonna have to have some money. I don't do broke. All right. And so when I'm going to, I decided I was gonna go meet the fool at the church just to like chop it up with him. Right? I go out to go meet him at church. Now, if you coming to go meet me at church or somewhere and you trying to get at me, we better be together. Cause I'm always make sure I'm ice white, brand new shoes, but like I'm gonna make sure I look good. So this want to come meet him at church, and we get to I'm walking to the church, and when I see him in the church, he got on these Jackie Chans. Now Jackie Chans are basically what we call like broke shoes. Those are shoes that TDC give you for free when you get there. You get a pair of state boots and some Jackie Chans. You coming to see me in some Jackie Chans is an automatic. Absolutely not. Like hell no. And he was walking on the back of it. As fine as he was doing all that, I just wasn't attracted to him, right? And because of them goddamn Jackie Chans, it was a definite no. I even remember leaving church early because of that. I'm like, get your on. So then there was this other that he had a life sentence, and he was fine. Now he wanted me to go and meet him at church the night after that. I went and met the first guy, but I'm not gonna lie. Even after I went to church to meet him, it still just wasn't enough to move me. Like he didn't really shake me up. Like he just really did not move me enough. Like I said, I know. Once I seen it, that I feel like it's on my speed. So even after him, it was steady coming over there, sending me kites, bringing me a commissary, tricking, doing all of this stuff. And my friend, my big was at the time, Chris, kept saying like, so bitch, you don't like none of I know you own some of them. Like, bitch, why you ain't trying to get with none of them? I'm like, I don't see a really move me. Like, none of them are really moving me like that. Like, I'm like, I know. When I see them, I'm gonna know. Fast forward, I'm in the laundry, right? So when I get in the laundry, the first time, when I first got into the laundry, I was on morning shift. And like when I would have to go take a shower like that, that's an old form. So everybody shower in the same big shower, like everybody be naked shower. It's an old form. And so because Estelle hadn't really had no wild motherfucker like me over there, it was causing problems in like the shower, like doing disrespect in the shower. I was showering and shit. So, and I was cussing their ass out for trying to like jack off while I'm showering. I was going off on that. And it was so bad that the laundry boss, he would lock the laundry door while I went into the shower, right? I had been in the laundry for like, I say like maybe like a week. And another one, Michelet, who actually just came on, Michelet and me we was the only two homosexual like out like that was in the laundry. Me and Michelet is like talking one day. We actually stayed a little later in the laundry one day. And this day we stayed in the laundry, me and Michelet, we like sitting on the folding table talking. And the door's open for the second shift laundry crew to come in. It's a hallway where from the folding table, you can see them coming in from the hallway, everybody who went on second shift. And I swear to God, I seen the feet. His shoes was like, he had some brand new kicks on. The nigga was ice white. The nigga had a fresh haircut. And the smile was just breathtaking. And then I looked at Michelet and I said, that's weird. Michelet like, bitch, please. And I'm looking at this like, this is fine. And so Michelet called. And so Michelet called this white punk named Star down at the folding table. And Michelet was like, guess who Dior just said he go fuck? And so Star is like, who? And so Michelet pointed at the nigga. And Star bust out laughing. I'm talking about Michelet was like laughing. And so Star was like, and so I'm like, funny. And so Star was like, listen, baby, he's sweet as gold. He's kind-hearted, but he do not I wouldn't even advise that. So while they laughing, I'm like, all right. And I tell Michelet, I'm like, watch what I tell you. I'm like, watch. Michelet was like, oh, okay, I want to see this.
Why some of these men are on the down low. They never had love from their father, which is a man. You know, some of these boys, when they grow up, they don't have no father figure. So they start hanging around a bunch of guys every day. They looking for their love every day. So when they get grown, all they know is to hang around a bunch of men. They all do the same thing. They like the same thing. And they start bonding with these men and they start having feelings for these guys. That's why when something happened to his partner, he cries, he's sad, he's stressed out, he's depressed because he bonded with that man. They done shared everything together. So they don't even look for a woman's love anymore because all they've been want is a man's love in their life. So you wonder why your man hang around these men and not you? Because he bond with them. He connect with them, man. He respect them more than you. And sometimes they start dating them guys. They start sneaking around with them, man. And guess what? All the guys that never had a father, they all get along very well. Just think about it. So you wonder why he on the down low? Come on now. It ain't about you. It's about a man's love he never had.